ready for liftoff, super Daniel rocket. Get ready for it. Hey guys and gals, it's me, Super Daniel Rocket, and welcome to my first ever review in this brand new setup. And of course, what better movie to review than my most anticipated movie of this month, Space Jam: A New Legacy. But that isn't out yet in my country, so Black Widow will do instead. So of course, as always, we're going to start off with a non-spoiler review, and then we're going to go on to some spoilers. So to start off the non-spoiler review, I just want to point this out straight out of the gate, is that I feel like this might have been the most serious Marvel movie that we have so far. Don't worry, it isn't anything too extreme, I guess. It's not rated M for mature. I'm pretty sure it's just PG-13, I think. But no matter what age rating this is, they kind of just go a bit at the very edge of the boundaries that they can do. Maybe that's why they call it edgy. But there are still some fun comedy moments in this movie, as to be expected with a lot of the MCU movies. And yeah, it isn't forced, don't worry, and it doesn't feel like it's very mood whiplashy. They find a good way to try to woven them into the flow of this movie, which is good. In fact, a lot of the funny moments that they have in this film kind of feel like the best moments you have with a lot of these new characters and make you really like these brand new characters that are being introduced in this movie. Like Black Widow's sister, you know when you watch the movie, Yelena, which is a really nice fun sister to tag along with Black Widow in this movie. She has a lot of fun moments in there with Black Widow, but it will be curious to see how she is without Black Widow, without her by her side, because that's her in the majority of this film. So that would be interesting to see in a future Marvel movie. What do you think, Leonard? Yeah, sure. She's better than my sister. Oh, come on. Really, Leonard? We still don't have an actress for her yet. Anyways, I want to make this clear in this non-spoiler review before you watch it yourself. This isn't the most big, impactful movie that is going to affect the MCU moving forward. It isn't that kind of movie. They mainly focus on Black Widow and his story, and that's great. This has to be a movie about Black Widow first, instead of a movie about, you know, the future of the MCU, despite of the circumstances that we are in right now with this movie. And without spoiling anything, I think they managed to achieve their goal with this movie of making it, you know, an actual Black Widow movie. We get the answers that we are looking for in this movie. And of course, it's all in a very serious tone, because even though we didn't see much of Black Widow's past in the, well, past, you can clearly tell it isn't pretty. So I'm glad they really make it as how serious as it's, you know, it's supposed to be. Yeah, sure, they make fun of it from time to time, but still, they did make it the majority serious. And without spoiling anything, of course, I feel like they achieved their goal that I mentioned earlier of it being a Black Widow movie first and a movie to set up the future MCU second. You can clearly tell with them trying to go for a bit more of a serious tone with this movie, as I mentioned earlier, which makes sense because even though we didn't see much of Black Widow's past in the, well, past, you can clearly tell it isn't a pretty story, so I'm glad they really brought that into fruition with this movie. So with that in mind, go check out the movie. Preferably without kids though, because I don't know if some of the moments will go well with kids in the theaters, so yeah, go take the kids to watch Space Jam instead. But anyways, that's enough for the non-spoiler review. On to the spoiler review. So of course, it's been a long time since I did this. Cue spoiler warning! Woo! Of course, when it comes to making a Black Widow movie, after all the times we have seen her in the past, I feel like one of the main things you have to do is, of course, answer some of the questions that people have about her. Well, in the past, I think I've been saying that a lot lately. And of course, make a good story around that. And I think they did a pretty good job in doing it. Of course, we get to know about the Widows. Of course, we only know them from the, well, Avengers Age of Ultron flashback that we have. So we didn't really know specifically who they are, and we get to see that. And they did make a pretty nice story around it because, of course, they're kind of forced into the situation in this Widow program. And then, you know, of course, at the end, all the Widows get a choice to live their own lives. And I think it's pretty nice. A nice simple story of telling you that, you know, you're the one who are in control of your life and you get to do what you want. So yeah, and of course we also know about Black Widow's family, well, technically more on her fake family that she had for a while, which is still alright. I do really like the family members in there, and I think they do really believe that they truly are a family, even though this was all staged for some spy espionage, which is nice. But we also get to dive into Black Widow's actual parents. But yeah, still, I really like what they were going on here with their family. I mean, it just shows that, you know, anything can be your family. So, yeah. Of course, I have to mention Taskmaster because I am kind of familiar with that character thanks to Ultimate Spider-Man and other Marvel media. But yeah, they did change the story a bit here for this character, which I'm okay with. It's a pretty decent story, and it helps, you know, scrape some of the, you know, the red out of Black Widow's ledger. But it does show a bit of a problem with a character like Taskmaster being in the MCU. In the comics, sure, or any other media, sure. There might be a plenty of skills that the Taskmaster can easily replicate. But when it comes to the MCU, yeah, sure, you have stuff like Black Panther or maybe Hawkeye to replicate, or of course Captain America. But you definitely can't replicate stuff like lightning or, you know, big laser beams coming out of your hands. So yeah, it's kind of difficult for that to happen with Taskmaster. So I kind of wish they kind of just made a new character. I mean, yeah, it makes it a bit more obvious that it's that, you know, Dreykov's daughter, but still, it does kind of feel a bit weird. But I understand why they put Taskmaster. It kind of fits in a way, so yeah, what can you do? Haha, it is I, your arch nemesis, the Interrupter, back again. I was able to copy all of your abilities by watching all of your YouTube videos. Oh wait, what? You copied my abilities? Here I go. Hey guys and gals, it's me, Super Rocket, and today we're gonna be reviewing Black Widow. I didn't think this through, didn't I? Anyways, one thing to also take note about is that I really like the presentation in this film. They kind of make a great balance between making it look colorful, but not too colorful to the point it's something out of Thor Ragnarok, which of course is definitely not the vibe this movie doesn't want to be. And yeah, making it very serious in a way with the coloring. And I think they did it pretty well. And I also really like the music. It's very grand scale. And of course, I really like some of the, you know, the Russian sounding music that we have here. I'm sure it's Russian. I don't think it's anything else. Huh, I can do a Russian accent. Well, that's pretty much it for my review. I am pretty happy to say that this was certainly a Black Widow movie because that's basically the main thing we've been asking for, a Black Widow movie for a while. I'm sure they've been planning it for a long time too. I mean, seriously, Dreykov's daughter was mentioned way back in Avengers, so they kind of have some plans for it. So yeah, I think all the wait paid off, not just for, you know, waiting for the next Marvel movie, but just waiting for a movie about Black Widow in general. So, yeah. Oh yeah, of course I did watch this movie with a couple of friends of mine, and they have some stuff to say about the Black Widow movie. So, take it away, Past Me. Hey, you're now seeing Past Me, just finished watching the movie, and I'm here with Dee and Lee, and also LD Dafina with their opinions. So,
what's up guys? Well, the movie was quite interesting, I must say. Full of plot twists to get my mind all tangled up. I might say I haven't used this old Tinkerbell for 6 months, so that's how good the movie was. Now, to LB.
What's up? Okay, I just watched and I like where the moment where she tried to manipulate her, like she tried to manipulate her and accusing Hawkeye for like the one who is responsible for the death of Black Widow, which if you kind of, you know, makes sense, technically it's true, but in a way that is not true. So it's pretty interesting.
alright, that's it. Back to future me, I guess.
Pew!
Thank you, Past Me. So with that said, I'm just gonna put this here. It's best not to do the hand slapping on your knees thing with this glove. So with that said, alright guys and gals, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. So for what's my next review is going to be, it's actually probably going to be the original Space Jam back in 1996 because I can't watch the new one yet. So until then, guys, rock it on.